The Schultz fire was the first fire that really kind of made me stop and think and realize what the danger was. It was really an eye-opener, that we're not immune from the catastrophic wildfires we've been seeing elsewhere.
When we first heard about this project in 2013, we thought, hey, here's a really good opportunity to rebuild an industry, creating jobs, local jobs in an industry that had been depressed, while also working to preserve the environment. So we're trying to mitigate against catastrophic wildfire. And at the same time, hopefully prove that we can make this a profitable industry without subsidy from government. A ponderosa pine forest is 2.4 million acres. It's the largest contiguous ponderosa pine forest in the United States. It's very dense. It hasn't been harvested in a long time, and therefore is at risk of catastrophic wildfire.
The Forest Restoration Initiative, or FORFRI, is a collaboration between government, community, industry, and environmental groups. FORFRI is the first landscape-scale forest restoration project in the United States designed to mitigate the risks of wildfire. The initiative aims to reduce forest overgrowth through carefully prescribed forest thinning efforts. Thinning the forest removes small trees and brush, eliminating potential fuel load for fires while restoring the forest to a more natural, fire-resistant state.
FORFRI is important because it remediates the forests. The forests in many instances today are overgrown. There hasn't been a concerted effort to do normal harvesting to regenerate the forest, and the FORFRI project will allow that to happen.
The goal is to go out and get that small diameter wood and leave some of the bigger, more aesthetic, older trees. The problem with having to go out and get all of the really small stuff is you have to merchandise very low value timber. You have to be able to pay for all the restoration efforts by selling the products you harvest.
The 425,000 square foot facility we're in now is in Belmont, Arizona, and it's a fantastic facility. It's got all the services, and it's ready to accept the equipment as we bring it in.
The investment in this building and its state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities will eliminate the biggest impediment to mass-scale forest remediation in Arizona as we increase by more than fourfold the wood processing capacity in the state.
Right now in Williams, we have acquired the parts for our sawmill and also for our planer mill. So when we are running Belmont, we have 2 breakdown lines, and we have all the equipment in Williams that we can bring in to support that. Plus we have a fully functional planer mill and grade X system that we'll also be bringing in from Williams.
So from a forest health perspective, it's critical, and that's exciting on its own.
Arizona was in the past, there was always a strong forest products industry. There was a lot of mills throughout the White Mountains here, as well as the Flagstaff region.
In the 90s, the habitats of several species of wildlife, including the endangered Mexican spotted owl, were at risk. The government and environmental groups took steps to reconsider forest management practices.
And the federal government had to shut down logging in Arizona. All of the mills basically had to shutter.
Now FORFRI, a collaboration between environmental groups and government on how to manage forest health, including wildlife habitats, is enabling an environmentally sound resurgence in the industry. The existing NewLife sawmill in Heber, Arizona makes a wide range of lumber products for international distribution and is one of the largest employers in the region.
I started back in November 24th, 1986. Started as a cleanup guy. As years went by, I worked my way up here. I enjoy working here.
The local Native American communities, including the Apache and Navajo, are key contributors to the success of NewLife.
Bring your paycheck home, put food on the table. That's what I'm aiming for.
NewLife is investing in people and critical infrastructure to restore the health of the forest and to revitalize local industry. We are creating jobs for hundreds of people and a path to prosperity for families in some of the most economically challenged regions in the country.
Belmont, when it's at scale, will allow us to process up to 30,000 acres a year, producing 160 million board feet of lumber and other specialty products. And it means hundreds of jobs that will be into the region. But in addition, it will mean that we are able to start protecting more and more cities and towns from wildfire. Sustainable development. And that means you're protecting the environment, and you're trying to make an economic return, and you're building up communities. We have a challenge. We can work together to resolve that challenge and be a win-win for everybody.